Hi, I'm Linz. Welcome to Becoming Everwell, a channel where we talk about the ongoing journey of becoming. In today's life learning episode for Midlife You, we are talking about when you get infected by somebody else's energy. I make sense of life by writing about real everyday stuff that makes us who we are. Some of these snapshots are fun, some are more serious. Maybe they'll open up something in you too. Let's grow. While at a red light from the vantage point of my car at a four-way intersection, I witnessed a bundled up older woman crossing the crosswalk directly across the street from me. Behind that crosswalk, another driver who faced me waited at a red light too. Her car was positioned halfway into the crosswalk. Context: it's early morning the morning after Thanksgiving and very few cars are on the road. As this pedestrian approached the spot in the crosswalk where the other car partially obstructed the walkway, I observed the walker gesture with intense dissatisfaction about the car's location in the crosswalk. She shouted accusatory words at the driver and pointed wildly both at the crosswalk and at the offending bumper as she shuffled her way in front of the car. She glared back at the driver over her shoulder twice after she'd passed, shaking her head with apparent disgust. Her belligerence seemed to baffle the other driver, whose stunned face I could barely make out through the windshield. I've seen recordings of similar Karen incidents that ride their viral waves through the internet, and each outrageous, amped-up interaction like this shocks me. Human behavior can be so surprising. When the light turned green, I drove my way through the intersection and felt empathy for the other driver who'd been disproportionately accosted. And as I drove on, I thought about this anonymous, angry woman who's by herself on the morning after Thanksgiving. My mind tends to churn in stories, and I could easily invent a whole fictional plotline for such a person that would serve to excuse her absurd behavior and obvious bitterness. And I almost did that. I almost felt sorry for her. But then I thought about the infectious nature of negative energy. I thought about her choice to afflict an anonymous bystander with her own sour emotions. I thought about how her anger could messily bleed out and impact the energy of everyone around her, like the drivers or even observers like myself. Anger begets anger, simple as that. And even if that woman did feel victimized that full crosswalk was not available to her, and even if the root of her anger has nothing to do with the crosswalk at all, she does not have permission to be plain awful to another human being. No one does. I chose not to feel sorry for her. I also chose not to get affected by her anger. Instead, I flipped the idea around and thought about how the opposite is also true. Joy begets joy. Joy is infectious too. As the world knows, this past Thanksgiving was the movie premiere of Wicked in theaters everywhere, and I took my very excited 14-year-old daughter and her friends to see it. My husband and sons, who don't feel the pull to all things Broadway musicals like we do, opted to sit this one out. But in the days since, the lyrics of Defying Gravity, among other tunes, have been belted and bounced around the walls of our home with such volume and gusto and fun that the boys may as well have seen the movie too. My daughter, whose voice can actually do what she tries to get it to do, unlike, well, say my voice, has infected her brothers with curiosity and joy. At first, the Wicked soundtrack turned them off. The morning after we saw the film, I played Defying Gravity in the car to try to pump up my youngest son on the way to his sporting event, and he proclaimed emphatically that it most definitely was not pumping him up. But over the next 2 days, the boys watched on as my daughter and I searched for every behind-the-scenes Wicked clip we could find on YouTube. They've now taken in performances of many different Elphabas and Glindas over our TV screen and have been impressed. And they've indirectly muttered that they now want to see the movie too. A few days into Wicked's spell on us, it was Thanksgiving, and as we all got ready to head over to my sister's house for our family's feast, I overheard my youngest, my super sporty 10-year-old son, singing through the bathroom door as he showered. So if you care to find me, look to the western sky. From the shower stage, He sang his way through all the most delicious parts of the song, trying many times to nail those final big notes, just like his big sister. I quietly fetched my husband so he could listen in with me. We stood there just outside the bathroom door, a bit awestruck by this evidence of joy's infectious power. Now we're all humming the music. We're all meeting each other with smiley eyes as we try to belt out our favorite parts. We all feel the residual joy from a musical's magic that first grew in one of our hearts. As we all shuffle through this life, lots of hard stuff can surface. For many, the holidays especially are the most painful time of the year, and inner anger may be one's reality. For others, it's the best time of the year. If you're one who feels the joy, I hope you'll make it be known. Your joy is infectious. And if you simply just don't feel the joy in your heart, I want to invite you to give yourself permission to take the leap and get infected by the joy that shows up around you. Joy exists, and we're all welcome to it. And if you let it in, just you watch. Your joy will beget more joy. And I'm sending you love on this growth journey. I'm Lindsay Hurdy. I'm a writer and educator in the self-development space. You can learn all about what I do at my website, lindsayhurdy.com, or my Substack, lindsayhurdy.substack.com. I'm grateful you're here. Thanks for being here. Until next time. Be sure to like and subscribe and click that bell to get alerts for new posts. I'd be ever grateful.